Hey everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday. And first, right out of the gate, I just want to say sorry about last week for that terrible audio. What a shit show that was. Things happen sometimes, and there was a fan running, and I didn't know. So anyway, here we are back again. It's quiet. Everybody is out of here, so I can talk to you. And let's get started. I want to tell you about my picks of the week. Now, they're both kind of pricey items, kind of boxed up stuff, but they're so worth it. These things are two beautiful, beautiful releases for my picks. Now, my personal pick that I am just like so happy to see is the LCD sound system, and this is The Long Goodbye. This is from DFA Records, and it is the complete and unabridged recording of their farewell show at Madison Square Garden, April of 2011. This is over 3 hours of music that is produced and mixed by their frontman, James Murphy, and this is the ultimate audio document of this now legendary show. But it wasn't, turns out it really wasn't their farewell show. They, within the last year and a half, 2 years, they've been doing something. But I wouldn't damn them for that, because that happens all the time. It's like, how many farewell tours has Kiss had? How many has Cher had? People like that. Everybody always circles back around because they can't stay out of it, and that is okay with me. I do not have a problem with that. But anyway, this is this legendary concert from one of our generation's like most exciting live bands. This is the occasion of this is the 10th anniversary of this show. And so anyway, DFA partnered with Parlophone and Warner Brothers to repress this in its original 5 LP format and configuration exclusively for North America. And what a beautiful thing it is. So, that's my pick. Now, this one is also a little beauty, and this one here, it comes in a few different configurations. As you know, it's the 50th anniversary of George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. And this comes to you through Capitol. It's on 180 gram. All of these configurations I'll show you are 180 gram vinyl. And it's a new mix of this classic LP is included in here. Now, this one that I'm showing you is the 3 LP slim box. See, that's what I mean by slim box. And it's got in it an 8-page insert with photos and notes from Danny Harrison, who is George's son, and Paul Hicks, who did the remixing and remastering. And there's notes about them about remixing it. Now, there have been some complaints in the Beatles forum, with all the Beatles stuff that was redone. It's like George Martin's son was doing it. In this case, there's been maybe a few complaints about the remix that, it's not as quality as that kind of stuff. But, you're going to have to decide that for yourself. There's just so many ways and means about this. This is the 3 LP one, okay? Then you also, if you want, you can get the 5 LP one. And see, it's a little thicker there. This one is all new remix of the original by Paul Hicks, plus 17 tracks of demo recordings, session outtakes, and studio jams. There's also the same 8-page insert that is notes from Danny Harrison and Paul Hicks about remixing the album is in this one too. Okay, and then, boy, it just keeps going down the line. And this one, you're getting now into the super deluxe 8 LP version here. Okay, and this one, oh God, it's heavy too. Whoops, I've got it the wrong way for you. Oh, take a breath. Ugh. All right, this one is 70 tracks, including 47 demo recordings, 42 previously unreleased, session outtakes, and studio jams. 60-page scrapbook that was put together by Olivia Harrison, George's wife, and a replica of the original album poster. So that one, as you can see, that is a big mambo right there. Okay. After that, we didn't bring any in, but there's also the giant treasure chest trove thing. You know, you can look this up online, and it's got so many extras in it. It's got things like, you know, cast figures of the gnomes and George. And it's got, I think there's a necklace in there, and obviously all the stuff that's included with this deluxe version in there too. Yeah, you know, it's very heavy. The thing weighs 50 pounds, and I just, you know, I think it's got to be over $1,000. I'm not sure. That's really for diehards. You know, sometimes with these kind of things, I don't know how many demos you can listen to. You have to be a real purist. I think everything you need is on the 3LP one. But if you want to keep going more and more deluxe, if you are that collector, these are here for you now, okay? So, yeah, big day for the George Harrison thing. Everybody's been very excited about that. So thought I would just feature that for you, okay? So now let's get into it with some of the reissues and re-release, or new and reissues that came out today. All right, first one up here is Alexander 23. This is Oh No Not Again, and this is on Interscope. And this is, this guy, you know, he's just able to transform simple everyday sentiments into clever confessions, is kind of the write-up on him. All right. And next up, okay, this is the new Bennett. And this is on cassette for you here. This is called Game Over. It's on Bayonet Records. And it's really hard to find stuff about this online. I believe it's a duo, and it's upbeat dance atmospheric synth type stuff. So yeah, there's like a few cross artists with the name Bennett. So I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on there, but that's as much as I could get. I have not heard it. Okay, next up, this is a new album from Jackson Browne. It's a double, and this one here is called Downhill from Everywhere. This is on Inside Recordings, and it's been nearly 5 decades since his debut record came out. And yeah, you know what? This guy is 72 years old. He's been doing this for a long time. And from what I understand, there's not a lot of, you know, he's not really making new inroads with this, but see, that's what people love him for. You know, he's able to kind of incorporate his personal struggles with activism and turn it around to where it all makes sense in kind of a sort of love song kind of way. But anyway, there you go. 2 LPs from him. I think it's been a while since he's had anything out as well. Okay, next up, this is Sonny Clark, My Conception, and this is again part of that Tone Poet series from Blue Note. And this one here, can't even read my own writing, you guys. I've been writing up these notes, and there you go. Okay. Where did he go? Okay, so, you know, he's a pianist, a jazz pianist. This was recorded in 1959, but it was not released until 1979. And he's got a lot of heavyweights playing on here with him. Donald Byrd on trumpet, Hank Mobley tenor saxophone, Sonny Clark piano, and Paul Chambers on the bass, and Art Blakey on drums. So that's like a virtual who's who of jazz greats right there for you. And the thing with Tone Poet, as you know, we've talked about before, they're all mastered from the original analog tapes, and then it's on 180 gram vinyl in a gatefold. Okay, so this one, that's a little beauty, great cover too. Okay, then next up is Clever, and this is called Crazy. It's also on cassette for you. It's the debut record from this guy is kind of sort of a melancholy rapper, but he's got big time guests on this with him. People like Lil Wayne, Lil Baby, and everyone's favorite Chris Brown is on here too. Anyway, I believe probably the vinyl is coming, but for now, cassette for you, okay? Now there's some reissues from Franz Ferdinand. This one here is the self-titled, and that, let's see, these are all on Domino, through Domino, okay? This one is the debut from 2004, so you can get that one again now. And the next one is also Domino. This one's called Tonight, and this one is from, This is their third studio album, and this is 5 years later. No, yeah, 5 years after the debut, 2009. But sandwiched right in the middle is You Could Have It So Much Better. Now that one is their second studio album that came out in 2005. So all these are reissued for you now, and that's kind of a cool thing. And another reissue for you is this House of Pain, the self-titled Fine Malt Lyrics. Now this one is through Tommy Boy. It's a limited edition reissue, and it's on clear orange, green, yellow splatter, kind of like, you know, the colors of this, all this here. Anyway, you know, super popular record. This, well, you know, I guess you could call it like hardcore hip hop, but anyway, you can get that now. It features the single Jump Around, if you remember that. That was them. Okay, and then this is really cool. This is leenex, Lillyput, First Songs, Lime Glass LP. So it must be kind of the color of this, I'm guessing. Okay, so this is through Rough Trade. Now they are a Swiss punk rock band. They came out of Zurich in 1978, and the only, you know, consistent member through over the years has been their bass player. But, you know, it's kind of a cool story because, you know, they were sort of starting out, and the funny thing was that the drummer and the bass player didn't know you had to tune instruments. So everything was just, you know, they played for a long time. They initially only had like 4 songs that they used to do live, and they would just do them over and over again. And, you know, people in the crowd were just like loving it because they were just so much fun. So anyway, I think then the guy sort of in the band got sort of tired of doing that, and he was replaced by one of their regular audience members who was just into it. So anyway, this is it's got extensive liner notes. It's got 45 track digital download with it. This is the 30th year anniversary repress of this. So it's all their output from 1978 to 1982. But boy, you talk about DIY punk rock, they kind of completely embody that sort of thing. So that's here for you if you're into that. Okay, next up, this is Liars and the Apple Drop. This one here, it's saying it's on recycled colored vinyl. I'm not really sure of what that would actually mean. Recycled, it doesn't, you know, sometimes I wish they would just stick to the color and kind of stop trying to be clever with this stuff. Okay, so anyway, this is through Mute. Now the only member that's the constant member of this is Angus Andrew, and this is like a American Australian sort of outfit that you know had a formed in, what year was it? 2000. Okay, so then, you know, people come and go as always, and Angus Andrew is the last one left. And the last album they did was virtually a solo album of his. But anyway, I guess he got on this panel of the Australian Music Prize. And, you know, he like listened to every single thing. He got really into just street, you know, music, and, you know, really got involved with just kind of going back to like again, the real DIY stuff and everything. And he was very inspired by just, you know, getting back to the real, just bare bones, work with what you have kind of stuff. And this is the album that came from that. It, let's see, he works with a couple of these people that he found, like street musicians here as well, and they're on here with him. But anyway, it comes with a download code, and again, pressed on that limited edition recycled colored vinyl. I don't know, maybe it's kind of gray or just recycled vinyl, what, like the scraps from the pressing plant? I don't really know. But anyway, there you go. It's out now. Okay, then next up, this is Barbara Mandrell. After all these years, this is a best of. This is through MCA Nashville, and it's got all of her biggest hits on it. And you know, actually, I I found this interesting. She had 6 #1 singles. So there you go. Now the funny thing about this was, you know that chain of sort of Midwest kind of restaurant called Cracker Barrel? This is actually a Cracker Barrel exclusive. So, but you know, here for you now. I think it came out right when quarantine, you know, and the shutdown happened. So they probably had a lot of stock that they, you know, were just kind of sitting on, and, you know, decided to go ahead and put it out now. So there you go. All right, next up, another reissue. This is Brian May, Back to the Light. This is through UME. This is remastered from the original master tapes, personally overseen by Brian May. The original debut, this is his debut solo album, and it originally came out in 1992. It's on 180 gram heavyweight black vinyl, okay? And yeah, available for the first time since 1992, I'm guessing, on any format. Okay, now this is Julia Michaels, not in chronological order. And this is through Republic. It's her debut, and it's just a storytelling journey of events in her love life. Now, you know, I guess this is just the way it goes, you guys. Taylor Swift is kind of known for writing about that stuff too. So, you know, be good or they won't stay silent anymore. Okay, this is Mr. Jukes Barney artist, The Locket. And this is through Caroline International. Now, this is a thing that just celebration of music, unity, and looking ahead. It's kind of a psych hip-hop sort of record, but, you know, as we've been discussing over the week, so people had like a lot of creative output through quarantine, and just, you know, this is more about having things to look forward to, and it's a very hopeful, upbeat record in that way. Okay, so there's that. Next, here's another couple of reissues. It's Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. This one is Liberator. This is also through Republic, okay? Let's see. This is from 1993. It was a top 20 LP in the charts, and it's been remastered from the original tapes. And this has been unavailable on vinyl since its release. So, got that one. And the next one, same thing. This one is Universal, and this one, this is from 1996, and it was also, this one was remastered at Abbey Road Studios. But again, it's been unavailable on vinyl since its release. And it also includes a download card. I believe the other one does too. Yeah, both of those include the download. Okay, now this here is Shinetown. That's called Amaryllis. It's on green vinyl. It's a reissue as well. It's really a good looking cover there too, isn't it? Okay, so this one is through Atlantic. It's the 4th studio album from them, and it just, you know, there's a line, don't be delicate, be vast and brilliant. And they, I guess, are. This has a lot of critical acclaim. A lot of people very happy about the reissue of this. You know, it's pretty like straight ahead alternative rock record. Okay, and this is kind of timely. This one here is the soundtrack for Disney's Cars. This is the picture disc. This is through Walt Disney Records, and this is the picture disc. It's going to be, you know, Car Week here in the Monterey Bay area, so kind of timely that it's being reissued now. This has you know, the song Real Gone by Sheryl Crow is on here. Route 66 performed by Chuck Berry is on here. And the song that a lot of people really love by Rascal Flatts, Life is a Highway, is on here too. But anyway, pretty good looking picture disc there. And that's here for you now. This is the Stedtler Brothers. It's called Today's Gospel Favorites. This is, let me see, through Mercury Nashville. It's a contemporary contemporary inspirational songs. Okay, from, you know, these guys are like, you know, country music guys. So there you go. This here is Barbra Streisand, and this is called Release Me Too. This is through Sony Legacy, and it's, Barbra Streisand, she's the only artist to ever achieve the accolade of number one albums in 6 consecutive decades. How crazy is that, when you think about that? Well, anyway, I guess in 2012, she had an album called Release Me. This is the follow-up to that, Release Me Too. It's just like another musical gem in her career. Previously unreleased tracks from her vault, including duets with Willie Nelson and Kermit the Frog. Okay. With songs by Burt Bacharach, Hal David, Barry Gibb, Paul Williams, Randy Newman, Michael Legrand, and Carole King. So she describes this as a lovely walk down memory lane and a chance to revisit and in some cases add a finishing instrumental touch to songs that still resonate in a meaningful way. So there you go, Babs. She's still at it. This here is McCoy Tyner, and this is expansions. This is another in the Tone Poet series on Blue Note, and this one is the 10th album by this jazz pianist, and this was originally released in 1968, and it's that same Tone Poet remastered from the original tapes, 180 gram gatefold sleeve, and well, is this a gatefold sleeve? I thought they were all supposed to be, but this one doesn't look like it to me, so I don't know, maybe they've changed their tune on that one. Okay, but anyway, this has also, I think he's got some nice guests on here. Yeah, Wayne Shorter is on here, saxophone and clarinet. And let's see, who else? Herbie Lewis on the bass, Freddie Watts on the drums. Anyway, all of these heavyweights that used to play together. It's kind of nice to have that on this 180 gram vinyl now, very cleaned up and sounding great. This here is Unwound, Repetition. This is on gray marble vinyl on Kill Rock Stars. It was out in 1996, yeah. And it's their 5th studio album. They're an American post-hardcore, it's anxious, repetitive, kind of raw. The vocals, though, they're neither like screaming angst or like too anthemy, sing-songy. They really hit their way right in the pocket and give space to the other instruments. That's the kind of unique thing about the sound of this one. So there you go. That's silver marble vinyl, it's saying. It said gray in the notes, but it says silver on here. Okay, you guys, so that's like a nice little collection of some of the new stuff that came out today, brand new or reissued. There's obviously more. What's late for us is there's a new Ty Segall, and that bums me out that it's not here, but I know it's on the way. It'll probably arrive next week, early next week. So anyway, I hope you found something that appeals to you, and really apologize for the audio last time. Would love it if you would subscribe, hit the bell for notifications and all that jazz. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody.